All right, Shalom. This is Har1 by Yahawah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakak Kodash, Mahamath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. It's going to be a quick lesson dealing with the talks about World War III, man. All right. Of course, we have a lot of prophecy that's going to kick off before World War III, really turns to a hot war. They're gonna push the mark of the beast. Anyway, so I was watching this interview with Putin, and you notice how he looking at the camera or whoever the hell he looking at. Um, he was sending a message to NATO. All right, after their recent private provocations when they sent ships over there on the borders of Russia, or in the Black Sea, and Russia sent out fighter jets to harass them. All right. Um, and they said even America had planes or drones that were involved in it. All right. As you can see here, it says U.S. and UK know they can't win such a conflict. Putin reveals new details. American spy plane participated in this provocation. The tail number is 63 slash / 9792. So they even got the tail number. Man, they not playing. But I want to play this interview that Putin did the other day, and he's speaking in Russian, so I'm gonna try to read the um, what do you call that? The words at the bottom. All right, while he's speaking. Okay, it says even if we had sunk that ship, which it would be hard to imagine that it would put the world, all right, that it would put the world on the brink of World War III, because those who do it, they know that they can't emerge as winners in that war, and it's very important. Phew. They look straight at the screen, you know. So it shows that they know that uh, their military is stronger, and their alliances are stronger too, and their weaponry. Um, and they could have sunk that. They could have sunk that ship, and and NATO would have been defenseless against it. But they see the provocations, and that's obviously what they're trying to do, especially with America being involved. All right, which is still the spearhead for NATO. All right, which is called the hammer of the earth. But Putin is saying they're not going to start World War III, even if they'd have sunk that ship. They can't do nothing about it. These other nations, like NATO and the UK, Britain, you know, and America. That's what you're really talking to. He's saying, yeah, they can't do nothing about it. That's basically what he's saying. He said they know that they can't emerge as winners in that war. And it's very important. That's according to scriptures, that Babylon, America, will not emerge as the winner in that war. He says, I don't think that we would be would have been happy with that development that you're talking about. All right. It says, but at least we know what we are fighting for. It says we are fighting for our territory, which is basically Gog and Magog. All right. Um, over there in Russia, Eastern Eurasia. All right. We are on our territory. We are fighting for ourselves, for our future. As Edomite. They were the ones who came to our borders and violated our territorial waters. So they poking the bear. Just a few days earlier, we had a meeting um, in Geneva in order to emphasize that those people don't respect the Crimean people's choice. That's okay. Keep not approving, but why carry out provocations of that kind? So yeah. All right. So that's why the Lord said this, man. Yahawah, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, said this. The king. This Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahawah. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So Putin, he's saying, nah, it ain't gonna happen. And they got all these different proxies set up, obstacles in their way where they just can't go directly to a hot war. But excuse me. So, but the scriptures say that the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. So the Lord gonna turn this Edomite, his mind, Putin's mind, to war, into action, because he already ready for war. Everything's in place. The scriptures say Russia is the bear, which means to be equipped. He prepared them, all right, with all the technology, the advancements, the old technology, the new technology, perfect allies with China, and growing to a rich country, all right, surpassing all the other countries in currency, and to the way to where they're creating their own version of the IMF and their own version of NATO, all right. So Babylon, America were losing this war, especially the UK. All right. Verse 2, it says, every way of man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the hearts. So he could think what he want to think. But the Lord is pondering his heart, and he's going to do this. All right. This is Ezekiel 38:2. And it says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, basically the Kremlin or Russia. All right. Today, and as far as land geographics, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, which is basically Eurasia or Eastern Europe, all right, or what you call the Soviet Union, and prophesy against him and say, "Thus saith Yahawah, power." See, we're prophesying against him, saying, "Nah, you going Russia and all these other countries, they're going to go to war." Thus saith Yahawah. This is His will, and thus saith Yahawah, the power. Behold, I am against thee. So the Lord is against the Edomite as well. He's sitting up there all prideful like he's some king, which he is basically a king right now. They set him to be in power, like for until he basically he'll be able to pass his rulership down to his children. Now they set him up as the king. All right, that's why they set up presidents and Caesars so people could be voted in Congress. And that did away with the whole kingly bloodline to in certain areas of the world, to where ruler would be in power, and then they would pass it down to their bloodline. They would keep ruling, just like over there in England. All right, but they set it up like that in China and in Russia. But over here in America, Babylon is being divided into two kingdoms, with the Democrats and the Republic. Okay, and they're gonna have Trump and they're gonna have Biden. Um, so so the Lord is what? It says what? Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So basically the Lord is gonna control the mind of Putin and Russia and turn them back into the old Soviet Union. And they really started that again after 2016. And they started revealing all their missiles, going after all those countries that were separated, um, they starting to annex them unto themselves again. All right, take them back unto themselves. Take those countries back, like Crimea. Uh, I think that's what it's called, the area they fighting over there. All right, Ezekiel 38. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth. So now the Lord is going to bring the bear forth, man. All right. And they've been equipped. The Lord been using Russia to equip all these other nations. Because that's all they've been doing since 1991. All right. Which was really around the time of the fall of the Soviet Union. All right. And that was the takeoff of the European Union at that time, really. All right, where they started really taking over. And they used people like George Soros to bring down the Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union been investing all their money into their military infrastructure or industries to protect their borders. All right, and by doing so, it weakened their economy. But now their economy's strong, and they got all the weapons, all the weaponry and technology. That's why it's a military country. All right, and their symbol is the bear. All right, so the Lord is bringing Russia back into that war mindset, like in World War II. And I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horses and horsemen, so all their technology and weaponry and vehicles, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, so they're gonna be covered with all types of technology and defense um, capability. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with all of them, or with them, all of them with shield. Now here go the point. Let me skip down to get to the point. Verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is set up as the guard to all the other nations, as we have witnessed with our own eyes. That's why the scriptures say he's going to turn back our captivity before our eyes, man. And we seeing it, we watching, and we witnessing the Lord's power, controlling the hearts of men and ruling in the kingdom of men, and bringing about the prophecies upon the earth. So we're seeing them being a guard to Persia, Iran, and Africa, and China, and North Korea, and Syria. You know, it says, and after many days, thou shalt be visited in the latter years. Thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. So they will come against this land, America, and against the land of Israel. But is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. So the children of Israel are going to be here in America when Russia comes against it. Thou shalt ascend like a storm. So it don't matter what Russia thinks. This is what's going to happen. So the Lord saying that, thus saith Yahawah, this is what they're going to do. All right, He controlled the hearts of kings. And He said, nah, it's not going to happen because they know it was not. Thou shalt ascend, and basically Putin going into slavery too. All right, um, and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. Thus saith Yahawah, it shall come to pass, all right, and it shall also come to pass that that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up, all right, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. All right, because when Armageddon breaks out, they're going to go against the land of Israel over there. And then they're going to come over here to America as well. All right. All right. Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing where I sent it, whereto I sent it. All right. So the Lord send out the word through the angels, all right, and sent prophesied through the prophets, and brings to pass everything that He spoke from the beginning, especially according to Second Ezra chapter 9. All right. Um. All right. Zephaniah 3 and 11. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahawah. See, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the Lord, and we're waiting for World War III to kick off, because we know it's the word of Yahawah. It's His will. All right. He's controlling it, and He's gonna cover His elect in that day, and that's our salvation. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahawah, unto the day that I rise up to the prey. The prey of people like Putin, America, all right, the UK, China, all these nations, man, and 2/3 of our people. For my determination, so this is, He said, this is His word. It's not going to return unto Him void, right? So this is His determination. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdom, all right, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine in mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So when they bring about the missiles, scriptures say that the Lord, um this is Isaiah 54, 16. Um, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. So the Lord created their scientists, their generals, all the people that created their missiles. All right, Yahawah Bashim Shai created them, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It looks like a so-called Negro. All right. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. All right. So the Lord has created the waster that's going to destroy. This is Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it, man. So Putin too. For the indignation of Yahawah is upon all nations, not just America. There's going to be a judgment upon the whole world. All right. But the capstone is going to be upon uh, this place called Babylon. and his fury upon all their armies. So even the army, that way he said prophesying against Magog or Russia, all right, and say the Lord is against him as well. He have utterly destroyed them, he have delivered them to the slaughter, and that's World War III. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. That's right here in Babylon. And all of the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's what you call a nuclear mushroom cloud. All right, this is all prophecy. This is his word that's not going to return void. And all their hosts shall fall down. And it's going to show that people like Putin have no power. He can't stop it. As the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. So he brought forth the waster to destroy. And that waster is going to be bathed in heaven. It's going to touch the sky. They're going to be shot off. All right. So his sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. That's right here in Babylon. All right. Right here, and the 2/3 are going to be in that judgment as well. This is 2nd Ezra 16:3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? And see, Russia trying to quench the fire. He can't. He's trying to put it out. He can't, man. Yeah, they're trying to put all types of proxies in the way and deals, whatever they can do, and they can't stop it. This is all prophecy. The Lord's will is coming to pass. It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? All right, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it have begun to burn? And what did the Lord say his will is? He said fire is kindled, you know, in his anger. And he said, what will I if it already be kindled? All right, he's coming to send fire upon the earth. So nobody can be able to stop it. The prophecies. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord Yahawah Bashim Shai sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? See, Putin can't stop it. All right. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? So, yeah, man. I'm gonna keep reading. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, and the sea ariseth with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before Yahawah, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, man. So it's spiritual power that he used to bend his bow and set everything up. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. When they, so he gonna use Russia to do it, you know. And when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, he gonna use Russia to do it, just like he used Nebuchadnezzar, just like he used Cyrus the Great, you know, Alexander. He used all of them. And he still told them, "Yo, I'm still destroy you," and they still heathens. All right, but the Most High is a God over all man, but he's our God, you know. He loves us. He chose us as the top nation. Israel. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. All right, what did he say? His word shall not return unto him void. All right, so the plagues are being sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So we're in the time of prophecy. All right. Uh, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as a, because the judgment that's coming upon this place, America or Babylon, and the Lord going to use Russia. So that's why the provocations are happening. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not again, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, and the beginning of wars. All right. And the powers shall stand in fear. People like Putin as well. And the UK, Babylon, America. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils should come? All right. Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. So the Lord is stirring up the Medes, stirring up Russia today. All right. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency of Europe, all right, Esau, today, shall be as when Yahawah overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And you know why? Look what they're pushing, man. Look what they're doing with the rainbow. All right. So this is a prophecy that has to come to pass. And Russia can't stop it. Putin can't stop it, man. Okay. It's time for the children of Israel to have rulership and Yahweh Shai to take his throne upon earth, his footstool. All right. It says this is Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles, talking about sending, waking up the elect. And, this is basically a prophecy about uh, uh, Elijah being sent to return the hearts of the fathers unto the children, and the children unto the fathers. All right, unto the apostles, waking up the rest of the elect. All right, starting with apostles, GMS. All right. Um, it says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. They're talking about the angels in heaven and upon earth, the militaries, the Lord's mustering the host of the battle. All right. Even them that rejoice in my highness, and the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people. So it's talking about the missiles. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahawah of hosts of armies mustered the host of the battle. So he's the one that brought all these nations together that's going to shoot all their missiles on this place. So it don't even matter what Putin talking about. All right, that's just vanity. Um, so where was that? It says what? They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahawah. So Yahweh Shai is going to be in the midst, and his spirit is going to be in the midst of those missiles. And the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come to pass. Oh, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right, so it's going to happen. His word is not going to return unto him void, and he controlled the hearts of the kings, and we're about to see that. All right, so there's nothing Putin can do about it. There's nothing these nations can do. Their hand is being forced right now to go into their own perdition.